Ni hao, it's RJ with Tai Chi for you. Today's Meta Monday. So I'm here at Meta Wellness in Paxton, Mass. So let's get right to it. Today I really want to focus on the importance of going slow with the practice. Typically when we learn something, perhaps we go slow in the beginning, and then once we have that something down, memorized, we sometimes increase our speed. Tai Chi is not like that. Tai Chi, no matter how many years go by, you want to always go slow. And that's where your health benefits come in. This is where the whole Tai Chi practice becomes what it is. So look, let's just get right into it. So take a small step forward, and that front toe is going to be pointing forward. The back toe, you want to think of yourself in a square room. The front toe is pointing to the flat part of the wall. The back toe is angled slightly to the front corner of the room. Now I want to give you a side view, so just keep that position of one leg forward, the back leg angled out slightly. Because what I want to show you from this angle, what you want is, you want to bend the front leg a little bit more than the back. So the back leg, it does have a bend to it, but it's just a very slight bend. The front leg has a bigger bend to it, and you always want to keep the back straight through all of Tai Chi practice. So this stance, sometimes they call it bow stance, sometimes they call it mountain climbing stance. This is the stance you're going to hold. You're going to hold this position. Now as you can see from here, that my feet are not in line with each other, and also they're not far away from each other. Just a comfortable hips width distance for now. So holding this position, whichever leg is forward, I want you to take the opposite arm and begin moving in a big circle. If you have shoulder issues, keep that circle small. If your shoulders are okay, then you can bring the hand way up above the head to continue making a circle. So again, if your shoulder is okay, you can come up high over the head, continuing to make a circle. If you have shoulder issues, just bring the hand up to about shoulder level or even less, depending on your condition, and then just keep making that circle, a little bit smaller circle. So I'm going to give you a side view once again. So what we're doing is we're maintaining this foot position of that front knee with a nice bend to it. And we're doing this circle without changing our feet, without changing our stance. We want to do this big circle or a small circle on the side of the body. So it's kind of on the side of the body. Moving in front, moving to the side of the body, and then continuing to make that circle. So what I want you to do now is, from this position, when your hand starts to move in back of you, I want you to turn your waist with it. Again, maintaining that stance, keeping that front knee bent, so don't change your stance at all. You want to just think of your spine as a sort of like a spindle, and you're just spinning on that axis. So the hand goes forward, and the torso faces forward. As the hand starts to go past your center, you turn your waist to follow the hand. And now the hand is somewhat in back of you. And then as the hand starts to go forward, you want your waist to move with it. So here, with the hand forward, the torso is facing forward, your chest is facing forward. As the hand starts to move in back of you, allow that waist to turn with it. And now the chest is facing more towards the other side. We continue with that circle. The hand starts to go forward. The body turns forward. Again, always maintaining that posture of the legs doesn't change. You want to keep that posture nice and strong. And just turning at the waist. Nice big circle, or again, a small circle if you have shoulder issues. So here, we want to go slow, as I mentioned before. We want to go slow. By going slow, we're going to gain all the health benefits Tai Chi has to offer. Also, by going slow, this is what makes Tai Chi what it is. The mind is able to understand what the body is doing. When we do something fast, as hard as it is to believe, the mind can't keep up with what the body's doing when we move fast. By going slow, the mind can actually analyze what movements are going on in the body. And this is how we can correct certain movements by going slow. We can make those corrections because the mind is able to keep up and analyze exactly what's going on. So we go nice and slow. So here, we're going in a nice big circle. So let's change feet. So we're going to do the exact same thing, but we want to change to the other side. We always want to balance the body through Tai Chi practice by doing the same thing on both sides. So here, take the other foot, whichever leg was forward, switch. The other leg goes forward. The front toe is facing the flat part of the wall. The back toe is angled to face the front corner of the room. And again, that front knee has a big bend to it, but also the back knee has a slight bend to it as well. The knee is never locked out. It's never stretched out. Like if I extend my elbow as far as it can go, you don't want your knee to be that way. You want to relax the knee so there's a little bit of a curvature in the knee. So again, maintaining this position, whichever leg is forward, now we use the opposite hand. The opposite hand circles in front, continues to circle, almost in back of you. So the arm is sort of on the side of the body. It's moving in front of the body, but on the side of the body. So here, the hand is moving forward, circling, almost in back of the body, continuing. So now, as we did before, as this hand is going forward, you want your chest to be facing forward. As the hand starts to move behind you, you want to do that turn of the waist. Turning while maintaining this good, strong stance. Let the body turn at the waist, continue that circle, and now the circle starts to move forward again. As we turn the waist, following the hand moves forward. We rise up, and again, if you have shoulder issues, make that circle smaller. Make it about shoulder level or even less. We move across, turning the body at the same time, and then at the bottom, as the hand moves forward, the waist turns with it. Another benefit you'll gain by doing this slow in this particular stance with the feet, your legs are going to get stronger. And with stronger legs, we increase our balance. And these are things that happen over time with regular practice. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. You do have to spend some time with it. And the legs will get stronger, and the balance will improve. And then an interesting thing that happens is we have this sort of a side effect. By going slow, the body starts to relax. And it's not the type of relaxation that we do sitting on the couch watching TV. We have this inner peace, we have this inner happiness that starts to develop through going slowly with the practice. So those are two movements that you can do. They're from a category of Tai Chi called silk reeling, which they're simply basic movements that help you understand Tai Chi movement. So now let's move into a little bit different. more body movement. The entire body is going to be moving. But again, I want you to keep that idea of moving slow. So we're going to keep the same stance. Here, I'm switching legs. So I have the front leg, the toe pointing forward, the back toe angled to the front corner of the room. So we're still using this position. But now we're going to add a little bit something to it in a moment. So we're in this position. So now, whichever leg is forward, this time the same hand is going to be forward. So if your left leg is forward, your left hand is going to be forward in front of the body. If your right leg is forward, the right hand will be stretched out in front of the body. So here we're going to be doing a different movement. In this case, the hand is forward and the palm is facing upwards. This time, we're still going to use that rotating of the waist, so that doesn't change. So with the hand forward, I want to bring the hand to the opposite side of the body. And I'm also turning my waist as I do that. So if the left hand is forward, when I turn, the hand will be on the right side of the body. I hope that makes sense. And then we would go back to the beginning. If your right hand is forward, when you turn, then your hand will be on the left side of the body. Alright, so we're starting with whichever hand is forward. The hand does a sort of a circular type movement. So I want to give you this angle here. The hand is sort of circling, making a circle, but now the circle is more going flat to the floor. The other circle, we're going in this direction, right? This circle, the hand remains flat to the ceiling, and it moves flat to the floor, or flat to the ceiling, depending on how you look at it. So here, we're moving in a horizontal movement, a big circle. So here, what I'm doing is I'm just rotating at my shoulder, but also you can see how my chest is facing forward, but then my chest turns. And that's because, again, I'm using my waist. I'm letting my waist and hand move to allow this action to take place. And now from here, from the other side of the body, the hand moves forward, and the waist goes with it. Again, going nice and slow, moving to the opposite side, moving forward. Now I'm going to give you a back view. Maybe it's going to help some of you. So here, I have my stance, nice strong stance. The front leg always has a big bend in the knee, remember that, and a little bend in the back knee. So here, the same thing, whichever leg is forward, the same hand is forward. So I'm starting here. I'm turning my waist, and I'm also bringing the hand. I'm also moving the arm. So now it's on the opposite side of the body. Now the hand moves in front of me as I turn my waist at the same time. So I'm moving to the side of the body, moving in front, turning the waist at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to give you the other side of the body. So here, I'll switch arms. Maybe that will help some of you. So here, again, I'm in that stance, the bow stance, or mountain climbing stance. Right? A big bend in the front knee, a little bend in the back, and also my body is always kept nice and straight through this whole movement. So whichever leg is forward, the same arm, same hand is forward in front of the body. I move my arm, turning my waist at the same time, until the hand reaches the other side of the body, the opposite side of the body. As the hand goes forward, my waist goes with it, until it's in front of me. I turn my waist, the hand moves to the opposite side, and then I move forward. And once more, the hand is coming to the opposite side of the body as my waist is turning, and then my waist turns back with the hand. And I'll give you one more view from this side once again. So you can see how my stance and my back is nice and straight, right? I have a big bend here. So also what I want to point out is your stance does not have to be a big stance. You don't have to have a big stance like this, for instance. In fact, imagine yourself walking down the street. You're walking down the street, you stop, and that's your stance. You make a little adjustment, so there's a big bend in the front knee and a small bend in the back. So that's one way to sort of get in the ballpark of the stance. Just be walking down the street, stop, and that can be your stance for now. And as time goes on, when you get more comfortable, you can make some adjustments with the stance. So here, again, the same leg and the same hand forward. I'm going to turn my waist as the hand moves with it to the other side of the body. And then I turn my waist as the hand moves forward. Again, moving nice and slow. Move nice and slow. Now slow, the word slow, it's really going to determine, it'll be a different definition for each person. So basically, go as slow as you feel comfortable is really the formula. We go slow according to how good your balance is and other factors. You may have certain conditions. You may have hip injuries or knee injuries. So go as slow as you feel comfortable. You don't want the body to hurt. A little bit of being uncomfortable is okay, but just a little bit. So you want to really figure that out yourself by going slow to the point that you feel comfortable doing it. So in other words, you don't want to be going fast, right? You want to be going slow according to your own body. What you think slow means to you. Moving slow, forward, turning the waist, coming to the side, turning the waist, and going back. So that's it for today's lesson. Incorporating the waist with arm movements. We have two different directions of arm movements incorporating the waist. We have a circle in this direction, but we also have a circle in this direction. Using the waist, using the shoulder, using the arms, and also going slowly. So that's it for today's lesson. RJ with Tai Chi for you. See you next time. Take care.